Well, hey fans, welcome back to another movie review, and today we're talking about Wicked. So before I get to the rest of the review, I'd like to thank the sponsor for this video, MoviePass. So MoviePass is back and it's better than ever. It's a subscription-based ticketing service, and I've been using it for a few months now, and I just think it's great. And they have this neat new black card, and it feels great, and it's very easy to use. And unlike your AMC A-List or your Regal Unlimited, you can use MoviePass at almost any theater, and it is very simple to use. They now go off of a points-based system, so you pay every month, and that will vary depending on the market that you live in, and you'll get a certain amount of points to use for movies. And the price in terms of points for the movies varies depending on the day of the week that you go to the theater, the time of the showing, and how recently the movie has been released. So what you'll do is you'll go into the app, you'll click the movie that you want to see, unlock the card, and then pay. You can also pick the online option for just a few more points if you don't want to wait in line. So again, thank you to MoviePass. So Wicked is an epic musical fantasy film directed by Jon M, starring Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh, and many other names. And it is based off of the musical stage play of the same name, which is in turn based off of the Wizard of Oz. And when I say based off of the musical stage play, I should say it is based off of the first half of the musical stage play, which in turn, if you watch the film in theaters, it says Wicked Part 1 on screen. And it tells the story of Elphaba Thropp, I believe that's her name, who of course becomes known as the Wicked Witch of the West, and it's about how she basically becomes who she is, like from birth, how she got her green skin, how she got these magical abilities, how her friendship with Glinda, or Galinda, kind of fell apart, and her entire meeting with the wizard, how all of that came to be, and how there's another side to this story that we never get to see. Now, growing up, I had heard about the Wicked stage play many times. I don't really go see plays, so I didn't really know exactly what it was about, except for it was from the perspective of the evil witch. So finally getting to see it in a film aspect, it was really enjoyable to see. I actually dug this story. Now, I like The Wizard of Oz in general. I think that film, the original film, is an American staple, and all of the adaptations, sequels, and reimaginings of it also just are pretty fun. You had Oz the Great and Powerful with Sam Raimi. You had The Wiz in the 80s starring Michael Jackson. Like, all of these adaptations of the story are nice additions to the lore. And I think it's the lore in general that kind of draws people in. This whole world of Oz, is it real? Is it fake? Is it part of an imagination of some girl from Kansas? You never really know. But in this one, you're kind of led to believe it's all real and it's all some alternate dimension, which, like I said, was fun to see. The music was really great. The songs by both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, and everybody else, the talent, the voices, it all sounds great. The way it looks, Jon M, great choice as director. I think he knocked this one out of the park. The cinematography is great. The way the scenes, easily flow from song to regular speaking is wonderful. The characters, the background characters, everybody feels genuine in this movie. And one of the funny things about this movie is Cynthia Erivo. And it works for the purpose of the movie, but in general, like, she's green. And everybody's like, oh, she's green, she's ugly. In this world full of weird creatures, this green chick is supposed to be ugly. And if Star Trek has taught us anything, they said green women aren't ugly. And Cynthia Erivo just looks gorgeous as Elphaba. And Ariana Grande, I have not really cared for her in much of her acting beforehand. Like, when she was a kid on, like, Sam and Cat or whatever those Nickelodeon shows were, and I've never really been a fan of her music, but her performance in this movie is the best I've ever seen her in any medium. I think that she actually is deserving of a Best Supporting Actress Oscar, and she might win it. I'm not sure what else her competition is going to end up being besides, the people in Dune, but wow, like, I think she gave the performance of a lifetime, and if not for this one, maybe in the sequel, Wicked Part 2. I really enjoyed that. And if I'm to compare this to another film that I have seen before that's a musical that I kind of enjoy that I didn't watch the stage play for, would be Into the Woods. It gives that same vibe of just, you know, a fun movie to watch where the songs are not overpowering to the actual story. And that's the thing about the story. It's so good. Like, if you cut all the music out, this would still be a good movie. Now, I do feel like while watching this in the theater, it did run a bit too long. I think they easily could have, well, there's two things they could have done. They could have cut this movie down. I think it's about slightly over 2.5 hours. They could have cut it down to slightly over 2 hours. Or instead of having Wicked Part 1 and Part 2, they could have enhanced her backstory and did a Wicked Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. I think that also would have worked out for as much money as this movie's already making. And Cynthia Erivo, wow, her voice is just so powerful. Ever since I saw her in Harriet a few years back, and then she was in the Aretha Franklin series, and now this, she has the voice of an angel, and it is as powerful as all get out. And I'm very happy for what she did in this movie. I can't wait to see how they evolve her character in the sequel. Since, like I said, I haven't seen the play, so whatever happens next is going to be new to me, and I'm excited for it. In terms of a score, I think I'm going to give Wicked a decent 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I do think it could have been a shorter movie, but performances, the way it looked, the way I felt like I was transported to another world, I think all of that was great. I'd like to thank you guys again for joining me for this movie review. Remember, you can find the full review on YouTube and the website, flipfrogllc.com/flixfrog. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, pretty please, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.